What's up, folks? Acid Roots here, so welcome to part 8 of Let's Play Mystic Quest. I've got more going on with some of these goings-on with this game. We're gonna get back to doing more of this. I haven't done much in February, but it's just due to like YouTube's kind of standard attitude with what's been going on these days. So I'm just I still have plans to get this game finished, but it's not gonna be on like, you know, a super rampant basis. So just kind of take it with a grain of salt. You see some new episodes, you know, go back and watch from part 1 and enjoy up to what it is. That's kind of the concept here. Just that sort of same department. It's just kind of like purely for speculation almost. Just like, hey, if he beats this game by 2023's end, that's good, but I'm just glad to have gotten a few. You can definitely get some pizza and watch these first 8 episodes. I encourage it. If I had to guess, I would say episode 9 is probably going to be out soon enough. I mean, I have the gameplay for it already recorded. It's just the concept of getting the commentary. That's just like the main thing. So I probably have up to about episode 10 or 11, so there's definitely going to be more of these. And that's kind of the thing in conjunction with that, is the Ice Pyramid is just a long dungeon, just because this is the dungeon of the second crystal out of 4 that we need. So, I mean, obviously there's going to be some side quest stuff in here. It's not just playing 4 main dungeons. There's way more to this game. I mean, obviously it's kind of that way. I mean, even though the dialogue is not that intricate, I mean, really this is an RPG, but I typically look at it as just like an entry-level one, because you really don't talk to like more than 3 or 4 people per town most of the time. I mean, it would seem that way, but it's just kind of... Obviously, the main entries to Final Fantasy are larger, but I still like this game. It's a classic, you know, it definitely is. It should be seen as such, just because it's that fun, but really I would like more games like this. I mean, these kind of side hustle type things that still kick ass and stuff. Like, I would have said back in the day people would have given this like a 7, 7.5, 8 out of 10, but it's way more than that. It's definitely, I mean, you can do a lot worse than mess with this game. It deserves awards, at least, you know, maybe not the gold and the platinum, but the silver and bronze and that sort of stuff. And that's not to say it's a bad game. It just is very, it's just not depthy compared to most role-playing games. But kind of the thing there. But, you know, just being by these dungeons, you would almost say you beg to differ, just because this dungeon is going to take at least 2, 3, 4 more videos to get out of. But I'm not going to show every battle. I mean, I skipped a couple of them. I mean, obviously I could skip more, but then the episodes would be shorter, so I only have so much gameplay, but I just kind of took a guess, and then that's what I went with to get it beneath 15 minutes. So, but yeah. There was one, these Lamia snake enemies, there was one lengthy battle that took about 2.5 minutes, so I snipped that one. Maybe you would have wanted to see it, but it's kind of, I mean, the problem with these enemies is they do a lot of status effects, so you definitely don't want the computer-controlled character to be computer-controlled when you fight them, because their status effects are incredibly annoying. If both characters get petrified, it's game over, so make sure above all else that doesn't happen. So, I don't know, I just like the concept of like computers controlling like your party members, your extra party members. I wish that concept would be used more. It's fun. It kind of gives extra oomph to like the series and stuff. I mean, I can't think of any other games that did it, but it's at least fun to kind of have that extra concept. Definitely encourage that. So, trying to think of what's been going on. I've got some videos planned on my vlog channel, and I'm trying to get that underway. I've got some stuff going on. The weather's been kind of ritzy or fritzy. It's been snowing, but it kind of hasn't, but we don't know if like the roads are going to be kind of a mess and that sort of stuff. I mean, it wants to snow, but then it kind of doesn't. It's just kind of being pussyfooted about it. It doesn't know either way about what it wants to do. But, I mean, it still is February, so that's kind of the concept there, is that, but, so. But yeah, so a lot of times, if you don't know what you're doing, you're going to be winding up going into other rooms. But in some cases, you'll want that just because you need arrows. I mean, as long as if you have like 83 arrows, then don't worry about it. But obviously, if you have, Phoebe, I'm thinking that she leaves the party if you don't have the weapons for her. So you want to make sure you get some. I said this last time, just to reiterate, So. And I mostly don't have anything to drink at my house. It's kind of annoying. I have 2 lemonades left, and then the only thing else I have to drink is just water. I hate when this happens. I try to avoid it, but, that's kind of the thing. I run out of Powerades, and I run out of orange juice, and then it's like, well, I have to find something else to drink, because I'm really not a water drinker. I drink it if necessary, and I drink it just to help bolster, like, keeping in shape and stuff, but if I have to choose between water and something else, water's always going to be secondary to that. That's just kind of the thing. That's why I run out of Powerade sooner. But I just, on top of that, the oven's kind of having problems. So I've been kind of dieting even though I haven't been wanting to. So it's just like, damn it, But I probably should have pressed that. I didn't even think to press that statue over there. You can see that blue glowing statue that you have to press with the sword. That would have given me some nice items. Hopefully I did it later. Really, I think that would have helped me. Because the thing about when I went through this dungeon, just to go ahead and spoil some of that, I didn't get enough items. And I really needed like seeds to restore like my MP and stuff like that. But it just didn't happen. And I wound up just like belting through this dungeon just based upon the items that I had, which if you get a game over, you still lose the items that you had in the first place. It doesn't restore your items. That kind of pissed me off too. So eventually, if you lose too many times, you're going to wind up just accepting the game over because you don't have the MP or the healing items to get yourself back to health. So just make sure this game is just very stingy with money. It doesn't like to hand out GP either, and that's kind of annoying because that's how you buy items. It basically means you have to go through the treasure chests and get them, but I don't know. In regular Final Fantasies, you get like 350 GP per battle or something, and like a potion costs like 50 GP, and a Phoenix Down costs like 150, so it's just kind of happens to be a thing there. So I don't know, this game just kind of is light on the money concept, but really that's just what I talk about, how this game is not necessarily trite, but just not, depthy. So see, really, and that's another thing about the computer controlling your other party member, is they will use like the cure. You can only use like cure and black and white magic, and then the physical magic like 9 or so times. So basically you have to make sure that you are being correct with when you use them, because if Phoebe uses all of her cure magic before you get to the final boss, she's not going to be able to help, and that's not good. So it's another reason, as much as I like using the computer, that you probably don't want to do that in some cases, because this is a long dungeon. The thing about it, and Phoebe cannot level up, or the party member, I don't know if I said this, but the other party member cannot level up, so this makes it extra difficult. You have to be kind of conservative, and that's strange in role-playing games. But yeah. But it's fitting that we would be in the Ice Pyramid in February. It's kind of this nice wintry drawl with it. But the next area is, I remember the next area, and it's, it has the other elements in there. So either way we're going, we're fighting. So choose, choose, choose. These guys do counter attacks. You don't want to use like the sword with them because they counter back and you'll at least take damage. So I just kind of prefer to, there's certain attacks. Phoebe doesn't seem to have the problem with them, but that's just kind of the concept there. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, really, I feel like I need to kind of be more explorative or it's explorative, something like that. But just because I feel like the magic is kind of lacking and I could use more attacks to kind of help out. And I definitely need to buy more seeds. That's another thing that I think. I mean, I figure that seeds are kind of expensive, but they want you to do these battlegrounds, the battlefields where you have like the 10 fights that you can do. They want you to do those, but yeah. I mean, I'm good enough at role-playing games where I can get through these games. It's just the concept is saying that I just, sometimes lengthier dungeons can be a problem just because you don't have money. That's just the thing. But really, when you're only getting like 13 GP per battle, it just doesn't help. I mean, I'm telling you that's... Wait until after this battle, you'll see how much we get. Watch it be like 80 or something like that just to piss me off. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, got petrified. So even something like that. But when we finally do beat these guys, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yeah, those birds are assholes. So you want to make sure that, I mean, really, the other party member can take care of them, but they just have some nasty tricks I wasn't expecting. So. See how much GP. Yeah, 18 GP for that. So it's just kind of, they're very stingy with giving that. I mean, basically you have to fight. I mean, if you leave the dungeon, that's another thing. It's just the fact that all the enemies come back. So you basically have to one-shot this. There's no halfway. So. Trying to think of other stuff, really. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just trying to... I watched the NBA All-Star game. Watched some of that. That was fun. Kind of extra stuff there. Got some footage for that. I mean, it's just getting more... Like, last year when I got footage from the NBA All-Star game, it didn't show up until, like, April, May, if not later on acidic roots. But I try to have some of that stuff peppered in, but it's just kind of happens to be the thing there. Karl Anthony Towns did real good, I noticed. He did good on the 3-point contest, but yeah, I do have a bunch of Lay's chips. That's something I kind of have, is a bunch of Lay's chips. I bought like a bunch of those, so that's something I'm gonna have. But like I was saying, I don't have much to drink with it. I'll tell you, potato chips and water is not a very good combination. It's kind of stupid, actually. It just doesn't make sense. But that's, I mean, these are situations. I'm going to the grocery store this weekend, but it's just kind of like, I am a drinker. It's kind of... By that, I mean, like, Coke, and, I don't have Coke nowadays, but, like, orange juice burns through pretty quickly and stuff. But, I'm trying to think of what else has been going on. This is kind of... I mean, the creators of Final Fantasy need to do more games like this. Like, there's a cool game coming out called Shredder's Revenge, and it's like a Ninja Turtles game based upon the old ones, like Turtles in Time and stuff. You know about that game. It's another Super Nintendo game. They need to do another Mystic Quest, damn it. This would definitely be good just to remind people. Because I don't know, I mean, all the Final Fantasies nowadays are just too scaping, too large, too open world and stuff. They need to get back to this stuff. This had perfect length, perfect setting, perfect dimensions. This really worked out really well. It's an effective game that kind of kept you at bay until the next Final Fantasy came out. And that's what needs to happen. They need to do this. I mean, but I don't know if they will. It's just kind of... Alright, so subscribe for more fun. Thanks for watching. See you in part 9. Have a wonderful night.